Welcome to the Double R Show, the podcast that features everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, directed and produced by Paul Robertson and hosted by the voice of Lincoln City, Roger Robertson.
It's 101, Program 101, and Program 101 is tied to the Highway 101, Paul. Today is a special day.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about some businesses, right? That's our kind of our live stream right through the old heart of town. We're also going to get the college on, so we're going to have some writing 101 kind of talk. And, of course, the other, heartbeat of the community, our hospital.
And on top of that, we're going to be talking about the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce having a special conference, a business conference upcoming. Now, what is the significance of that in the opening? We're going to give away a ticket to that. Be listening carefully. You may win a $55 ticket to the business conference, compliments of the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce.
Jay Leno, Friday, June 20th, 8 p.m., Chinook Winds Casino Resort.
Police say an 84-year-old man pepper sprayed a security guard during a dispute at a retirement community bingo game in Florida. The old guy said he was fed up. Said he told the security guard he had it up to here, and that was just his pants, okay? That wasn't even counting the pants up to here.
Special guest Arsenio Hall. Tickets are on sale now at the Chinook Winds box office. By phone at 1-888-MAIN-ACT or at ChinookWinds.com. Chinook Winds, where comedy is better at the beach.
Highway 101 is the road that leads to education.
Amen.
With us is Dave Price, Oregon Coast Community College, and 101 is rather significant to the Oregon Coast Community College.
It certainly is. We like to call it Hallway 101, where you can go from class to class with just a beautiful stroll, commute, drive between each of our locations, whether that's here at the North County Center in Lincoln City or the Central County campus in Newport or the South County Center in Waldport.
Now, graduation is happening, about to happen. You've got a number of students that go through. And then you begin the 101 process all over again.
Indeed we do. Indeed we do. We have a lot happening right now. I mean, you would think that we're sort of folding up the tent at the end of the spring term, but as I speak to you, we're about to launch our first ever nonprofit small business management program, which is absolutely remarkable. We're going to have this close to 30 nonprofits in this organization. And if you think about the nonprofits we've got chambers of commerce from Yachats in Waldport and Lincoln City and Newport. We've got the Yaquina River Museum of Railroad History in Toledo. We've got the Newport Symphony Orchestra. If you think about the 30 nonprofits at the table and think about the boards that represent them, this is going to be a connectivity of people from, all the people who are getting things done in Lincoln County are going to be in this room. And I am blown away by the connections that will be made. I'm just so excited for this.
And it is critically important that those connections are made. I mean, you learn so much from that.
You absolutely. I guarantee you're going to learn as much sitting in the class from the people next to you as you are from our presenters, even though our presenters are amazing. One of whom we're flying across the country to be here. It's going to be really spectacular. And, the small business management program has always been the kind of thing that builds a cohort. I went through it, and I know that your producer went through it. And it's the kind of thing that, hey, I need a bank loan to buy this property next to my business. I know that Paul was in the program. He went with a local bank. I'll ask him who he used as a lender. And those connections are just priceless. You don't have to just grab the Google and try to find someone who might be in your situation. So imagine that, with nonprofit sphere. I really think that, my goodness, it's going to be an exciting time.
And there is a real difference between a nonprofit and a for-profit type business.
Absolutely. We have entire sections now that we would never have in the normal one, like board management, grant writing, fundraising, and of course marketing and just sort of operations.
All of this will come to the table as
all
part
of
this program.
These are all different topics over the next 9 months.
And it is a 9-month period, meeting once a month?
One meeting a month right here in Lincoln City, actually. And then there will also be one-on-one advising throughout the program.
Now, can people still get into the program?
It's funny you should ask that. Knowing that I was coming here today, I asked Kellyanne, who put this together, and she said, we're right at 30 and we don't want to be more than 30. We thought we might have this class with 12, and now we're doing 30 organizations. It's going to be remarkable. We had to move it to the community room in Lincoln City because no other classroom could really fit the crowd. But the short answer to your question is maybe. If you're interested, if you're hearing this, give me a call. Hit me up on my text, 541-921-2306, and I can connect you with Kellyanne, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, 101 is the beginning of the educational process, if you will. A lot of classes begin with 101. I assume that you're probably already looking for fall.
We are looking for fall, Roger. And as it happens, we've got a number of classes. And I hate to tell you, some of them start at 201.
Okay.
If that's okay. I didn't name the highway, though, so it's not my fault. But some classes that if you're out there and you want to either start your college degree, or if you're age 60 or better, don't forget, you can take a class for zero tuition. You still have to pay for books and fees and that sort of thing. But if any of these interest you, these are all right here in North County this fall. Business 101, there you go. There's your 101. Intro to Business with Dr. Flores. Then Oceanography. First time in my time here that we've offered oceanography here. It's taught by our amazing biology faculty member, Sam Loftus, and he's going to be in that beautiful science lab right here in Lincoln City. We're going to have the medical assistant program, all of it. Every medical assistant student in the county is going to be in Lincoln City every Wednesday this fall. We have a brand new medical assistant lab on our main floor you're welcome to come and look at. It's a great way to enter the healthcare industry or to get to start on your nursing degree if you aspire to be a nurse one day.
And congratulations on that. 40 students graduating this year in nursing?
39. Isn't that amazing? Almost 40. And there's more in the hopper. And the nursing program's just blowing it out of the water right now. We could talk more about that. And psychology, again, 201. Sorry about that. Sociology, 204. Writing, 121. A writing lab, plus GED, ESOL, small business, community ed out the wazoo. There's going to be a lot happening at Lincoln City this fall.
And again, congratulations on the fact of the number of students from the high schools throughout Lincoln County that are moving on to universities because of the head start that they had right here in the community college.
Yeah, two main programs to do that. One is dual credit, where you learn from high school instructors at your high school, and you can take that for zero cost, period. Just work with your high school counselor if you're a junior or a senior. And then there's early college, which is where you come to us. You say, I really want to take oceanography, and I think I can work with my high school advisor to get out of class to come down and go to the college. And we can do that for no tuition. Be aware that you still, like the senior program, the senior waiver, the tuition is free, books and fees, that sort of thing still apply. I know of a Taft High School student who is graduating this year. She's amazing, and she's graduating with an AA degree as well. But she's also, she racked up a couple $1,000s worth of charges over that 4 years.
That she no longer has to pay for.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't get me started on the tens of thousands that would cost at Corvallis.
Correct.
I know that personally, but so it's a huge savings, but it's not. There's no free lunch. I mean, not only that, but she's doing the hard work of studying all of her high school requirements as well as getting that college degree, which is remarkable. The finances are just a small piece of it.
Oregon Coast Community College, right on 101. Back in a moment.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Northwest Septic Service is your one-stop shop for all your septic needs.
Northwest Septic Service offers pumping, maintenance, repair, and inspections with one call, 541-994-6977.
Buying or selling a home? Northwest Septic Service can inspect your sewer line or an entire septic system.
Old or failing septic system? Northwest Septic Service can rejuvenate most drain fields, saving you thousands of dollars. 541-994-6977.
Serving Lincoln, Tillamook, and Yamhill counties, Northwest Septic Service. Dr. Leslie Ogden from Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital and Pacific Communities Hospital joins us next. You have had a conversation, or people have started a conversation about a birthing center at Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital. What's the status of that right now, Dr. Ogden?
Yeah, so we are in a pickle across all of Oregon with how well our hospitals are doing. In fact, financially, we're talking financially. So well over 50% are in the negative, and the remainder are just doing barely enough to scrape by, but not well enough to reinvest in themselves and do the things that need to be done. So this is our pickle. This is our financial pickle. And we have gotten here because of a number of different things. We've gotten here because we have seen stagnant reimbursements for what we do. And you know, we've talked about before,
Yep.
we have an awful lot of government payers. And when they're not increasing those rates along with everything else, as our expenses grow, the math doesn't work out
Medicare,
pretty
Medicaid,
soon.
whatever
Right.
it would happen to
Medicare and
be.
Medicaid,
Okay.
you've got it. Over 75% of who we take care of. Then we've seen our expenses rise just enormously. Everything from, people have to be paid those fair wages, to tariffs on things, to just supply chain just costing more, inflation out of control. So we've seen all of this happen. We're still struggling with how to place people after they're done in the hospital. So we have lots of people staying and being unpaid for those extra days that they stay, whether they're arranging guardianship, whether they're arranging to become Medicaid eligible for their long-term placement later, whatever the reason is, all of these things add up. And then we have the regulatory environment in Oregon that has become onerous for healthcare. And so it is costing so much more to be a hospital in Oregon, where your staffing of not just your nurses, but every single professional and technical person in the hospital is dictated by our legislature, where we are controlled with how much we give for community benefit, how much we give for charity care. We are watched like a hawk on every single thing. And I'm not saying all those things are bad, but there is a cost to them. You stir
There's
that
a
up,
number
mix
someplace.
it all up, exactly. And then your math doesn't math anymore. You're not making enough to cover the cost of doing business. So to that end, we have started asking ourselves questions about how we deliver care. Some of these conversations have gotten legs of their own and have run away.
Does it surprise you how? No, it shouldn't have surprised you.
It should not surprise. No. It shouldn't surprise any of us. No. As we start talking about healthcare changing, about things being different than they have been in the past, this is concerning to people, and I don't blame them. But they truly are all conversations, because we have to figure out how to do things more sustainably. But we also are listening. And when our community is telling us, absolutely not, this is a no touch, this is not, we want this, and this is the most important thing to us.
And this is what we're talking about, the birthing center.
Correct. We have heard that this is absolutely important. So when we're hearing stuff like that, we are listening, and we are saying, okay, you said this is important to you. This is maybe the most important thing. Mm-hmm. It still doesn't change the situation, but what it does change is maybe that's not where we look to make change, or change to the effect of what we were discussing previously. Sure. I think we're always going to look to make change. We're going to look to become even more streamlined, even better at the financial aspect of what we do. But maybe different services are what we eye for some cost savings.
So are we saying that conversation has ended?
No.
Or
that is
an ongoing
that
conversation?
That is ongoing. We will be talking till the cows come home about, okay, if we're going to keep this or move that, how are we going to do it all better than we have done in the past, as far as that financial streamlining? And there's always ways to become better and better at that sort of stuff.
So how does the community put input into that process?
Yeah, so, we have definitely heard through
and heard
well. Actually, social media is a brilliant way sometimes to catch attention. But certainly, I mean, if somebody has something in particular, they can just write to me at the hospital. either via email or, write a snail mail, and I get all of that. But we most definitely have heard, the community and their concerns. Now, that's over one thing, though. See, we haven't had the conversations over everything, and we haven't had the conversations over what would they prefer. Would they prefer this versus that? Are there some things that are sacred versus other things? So we're going to be having those conversations amongst ourselves, and then we will be going back out to the community to make sure that everything we're doing at least is the lesser of the evils in their minds and hearts. Because again, we have a problem. We got to solve it. And the solution is that we have to do things a little bit differently.
Bottom line is community, let's be part of the solution,
Let's
not
be
the
part of
problem.
the solution. Absolutely. And, I love hearing from people about what is important to them. I wish it wouldn't come in a critique form that is just mean, though, right? If you love these services so much and you don't want to see them go away, then let's have a conversation, not a massacre.
We've been having a conversation, but you've got another way for the community to buy into this whole process, and that's an upcoming event at the hospital?
Right. It's actually at the Center for Health Education down in Newport. This is to host a National Cancer Survivors Day celebration. And this is something that we do every year. It is for our communities, for our cancer survivors, and frankly, also to remember those who have passed away from cancer. It's just a great time to just think amazing thoughts about those special people in our lives.
And this takes place at Pacific Communities Hospital. And who attends?
Oh my goodness. Cancer survivors, people who want to blast it from the ceilings that they beat this thing. And again, those people who maybe had friends or family who didn't beat it, but want to remember them and want to do something special.
And again, the date and time for this.
So this is June 1st. That's a Sunday. And the event is from 1 to 3 p.m. What we do is we bring everybody in. We have some food. We have some survivors that tell a little bit of their story. We have all kinds of resources that are available. We want to make sure everybody knows all the different things available to cancer survivors and those who are actively battling the disease. And then, we share some fellowship, and typically there's some music, a little food, a little arts and crafts project. It's really family friendly.
Dr. Leslie Ogden, Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital, Pacific Communities Hospital. We'll have you back and we'll continue the dialogue.
Thanks.
We at La Roca are proud of our food, but don't take our word for it. Read the reviews. One person wrote, "The service was friendly and efficient." Another writes, "La Roca has become one of our favorites because it's authentic Mexican food."
Wouldn't it be great to have all your insurance needs handled by one agency? This is Charlotte Lado with Farmers Insurance and the Insurance Store. Visit our office next to the Wildflower Grill in Lincoln City. Let us be your one stop for your personal, commercial, health, and Medicare insurance needs.
Home-style cooking in a hometown atmosphere. Hi, I'm Adina from Zeller's Restaurant in Rose Lodge in Lincoln City. Join us daily for good fun and great food. You can even kick up your heels at Zeller's.
Welcome back to 101, the 101st program of the podcast, The Double R Show. With us now is the Executive Director for the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce, Lori Architoris. Thanks for coming in, Lori.
Oh, thanks for having me.
101 is a busy place, and you're going to get busier because of a business conference. Tell me about that.
Yes, I am very excited about the business conference. It will be on June 27th on a Friday because, we're bringing people in from out of town. They're going to want to spend the weekend. So, yeah, it's June 27th, Friday, June 27th from 9:30 to 4. It will be at the Cultural Center. And I've really put a lot of thought and effort into, trying to figure out what business owners want or what would be a topic that everybody attending would want to hear other than the great networking opportunities. Plus, it's fun. So, yeah, we'll have a lot of different panels plus a guest speaker.
And the speakers will be sourced locally?
Well, other than our guest speaker, she is Angela Wilhelms, and she is the president and CEO of the Oregon Business and Industries.
Oh, okay.
So a few weeks back, it was Chamber Day on the Hill. So we went to Salem and heard her speak at our meeting. She's fabulous. So she will be able to talk about the legislative session will be over by then. So she'll be able to talk about some of the legislation that has passed and how it will affect businesses. Plus, she had just some great information. So I'm sitting there thinking, oh, I would love for her to speak at the business conference. And I emailed her and she's like, sure, I'd love to. So
So
yeah,
the
she'll be great.
takeaway from this will be what?
Well, a lot of, for example, the different panels that we'll have, because the rest of the conference will be panels. So we're going to have WorkSource Oregon. They've got 3 different managers. And WorkSource is so big that I have a hard time keeping track of who does what. But they do so many different things between employer services, employee services, training services. So I just want all of their services to be highlighted and a way for anybody in the audience that may need that to be able to get a hold of who they need to talk to get those services.
And for those people who are sitting out there thinking WorkSource, that's a new bureaucracy. It's not. It's just a rename.
Yes. And it's a kind of an umbrella name. So it's, they have a lot of different programs underneath WorkSource, but it's hard to figure out what is and what isn't and where to go to. So that will be the first panel. And then, of course, AI, artificial intelligence, that is so important and can be so helpful that we'll have an AI panel and a cybersecurity together on the panel because they kind of go together. So then also we need marketing and tourism, but I didn't want it all to be marketing and tourism, but we need some. So
It's kind of our business.
I know, it is. Yeah, and we're just going into summer, so everybody needs to know kind of the initiatives that Lincoln City is doing, which the Dark Sky, Dawn from the Dark Skies will be there to present what they're doing within the Dark Skies initiative and how Lincoln City is trying to get certified in the Dark Skies initiative. And then Jeannie Sprague, of course, all the accessibility things that Lincoln City is doing with the new Schooner Creek Discovery Park.
Sure.
And yeah, there'll be...
It's a whole new market.
It really is. And I've been involved with Wheel the World for a few years now, and that's actually a worldwide company that they came in and mapped 45 businesses here in town. And they go in and they measure the beds, they measure the doorways. So when somebody travels, they know exactly what their accommodations will be, not just ADA compliant, because it doesn't really tell you, you can be ADA compliant, but is the bed too high for me to get out of my wheelchair to be able to sleep in a bed? So, or is, the doorway is not accessible. So that will be one time.
Or the roll-in shower versus
Right.
a tub.
Yep, for sure.
A lot of choices.
Yes. And then also we'll end the day with real life business owner horror stories, good, bad, indifferent. But I've asked some pretty successful business owners to come and talk about what they do to be successful in their business.
Now, speaking of successful businesses and some that are not so much, we have right now so much open space, open retail space, but yet at the last chamber luncheon, there were at least, you introduced at least 6 new members, all locally hometown type businesses.
Yes, I know. It's fascinating.
It really is.
We're losing Joann's. We're losing Rite Aid. We lost Diamonds by the Sea. So, some of the larger, more established that we've had here for a long time, we're losing, but we're gaining a lot of small business.
Are you surprised by that?
Well, it's sad to see that the big ones are going out. But, it's not unique to us. It's nationwide.
Worldwide.
Yes, for sure. But, there's so many people that are jumping into opening their own business. And they're very unique businesses. So that is very exciting to see.
So what are the benefits to a small business to become a member of the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce?
Well, one of the largest things we do is, as you know, are our luncheons. We're averaging about 70 people at our luncheon.
Yes.
So I introduce them and they have a chance to tell 70 people exactly what they're doing and where to find them. And then on our website, a lot of people go to our website, plus come into the office. We are just, as you know, going into summer, so our tourism is picking up and they come into the chamber. So we're able to refer those new businesses and talk to people about where they should go, what they should do, and the new things going on in town. People are just curious when they come into town. So we're kind of like a tourist guide that we walk them through what's new and what's changing and where to go.
Right on 101?
Yep, right on 101. We're the first thing you see across from McDonald's on the corner of Highway 101 and Logan Road.
Lori Architoris, save the date again, June 27th, the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce Business Conference. More in a moment.
You'll find a book for every occasion at Bob's Beach Books. Something to read as you relax by an open fire? We have it. Studying a particular topic? We have that too. Traveling to a far-off land? Discover it first by reading. Bob's Beach Books in the Ocean Lake area of Lincoln City? Come discover.
If you're looking for great early garden fresh produce, it's Kenny's IGA in the Bay Area of Lincoln City. 4 generations of Morgans caring for your every grocery need. All of your favorite beverages, a full deli, meat, produce, and of course, groceries.
Zantello Law Group has moved. I'm Josh Zantello, and our law firm is now located across from the Lincoln City Community Center on Northeast 21st. Our law firm of knowledgeable professionals stand ready to assist you in life's matters.
Well, welcome back to 101. It has been a fun program to tie in everything that really is significant to us and 101, including highways, including programs, including education.
Indeed, you bet.
So, some of the other activities forthcoming in and around the Lincoln City community. Planning Commission is going to be meeting June 3rd. Their regular meeting at 6 o'clock at the council chambers. Library Board on Wednesday, June 4th, regular meeting time. On Monday, June 9th at 6 o'clock, the Lincoln City City Council regular monthly meeting, and the Planning Commission on June 17th. So those are important meetings for you to attend. Salmon River Estuary Tours. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, this is coming up on Dad's Day, Sunday, June 15th, and we're going to have 3 tours, and they're actually selling out pretty quick, too. So if you're interested in doing an estuary tour on the Salmon River, we've got some tours available at 4, 5, or 6 p.m. It's aboard a pontoon boat. There's going to be a naturalist that's going to describe the area for you, interpret the area for you on a 45-minute guided tour.
And you may see a lot of wildlife.
Oh, indeed. You're going to definitely see some herons. Probably the eagles are out, seals, lots and lots of stuff going on down there.
It is pretty entertaining and very informative.
It's been a pretty successful program, and we're just happy to bring it again to you this year. Just go to cascadehead.org to get your ticket.
And speaking of getting ready for things forthcoming, Glennon Beach 4th of July Parade is going to be happening this year. It is back, and the parade is looking already for entries. If you have classic cars, trucks, motorcycles, hot rods, marching bands, clowns, community and civic groups, equestrian, kids on bikes, whatever would happen to be. Lots of reasons to be in the parade and, of course, watch the parade.
Yeah, it's a potpourri of fun, so definitely want to go down and catch that there on the Glennon Beach Loop.
And, of course, if you would like to be part of that parade, get a hold of the good folks out in Glennon Beach, and they will get you lined up, get you signed up, and you, too, can be in a parade. And not on 101. Just off 101.
Just off 101, yeah.
And, of course, the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce, as we had Lori Architoris on the program with us with the Lincoln City Chamber of Business Conference. Now, during the course of the program, we talked about the number of new, small, local businesses that were introduced at the last Chamber of Commerce meeting. First person with the right answer gets a $55 admission paid for to go to this conference. And again, the conference is June 27th, 10 to 3 at the Cultural Center. What number of businesses joined the chamber at the last chamber luncheon?
So just email your answer to Roger at RRshow.com, and we'll take the first one and send that off to Lori and the team, and they can get you all set up.
First one with the correct answer.
That's probably part of it. Yeah, you bet. Go make sure it's the correct answer. Yeah,
the correct answer. How many businesses joined the Chamber of Commerce and were introduced at the last Chamber luncheon? It so struck me, and it still does. We have so much empty space, big spaces, but yet we have so many local small businesses starting up. I love it. It works well. Anything else your side of the table?
I think we're clear from here.
So that will do to the doings on a Double R show. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, so you, your family, and friends around the world and across the street can join us on a Double R show. And send us an email to
Roger@doublershow.com.
and you can win a ticket to the event sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce, the business conference coming up June 27th. For Paul, John, I'm Double R. Have a happy day.
You've been listening to The Double R Show. Join Roger and Paul Robertson as they explore everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, produced by Always Productions and hosted by Roger Robertson. Have a story? Email contact@alwaysproductions.com or call 458-201-3039. For The Double R Show, I'm Jana Grawn.